2, 3, say, hey, YouTube world. Because that's how we start.
All right.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, YouTube world.
Well, as you drop down into my comments section, you gave me some ideas for upcoming video topics. And one of the topics that you stated was you wondered what my husband thought about my natural hair. And I thought that that'd be a really, really cool video to make. I'm actually going to go through your list and make all of them to the best of my ability. There's only one where the jury's a little bit out on whether or not I have what it takes to make that video. But I'm excited to have my husband here with me today. And so I'm going to interview him and ask him some questions so that you guys can get an idea of how he feels about my hair. So, Jeff, we've been married 13 years. Y'all see me like struggling, right? We just had our anniversary. And we dated for about a year and we were engaged for a little under a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so total we've been together about almost 15 years, a few months shy of 15 years, and we met back in college.
Yep.
So do you remember what kind of hair I had when we first met?
Nope.
Okay.
Was it? I think it was short though.
It was, well, when we first met, I had relaxed hair.
Oh, yes.
You don't even remember.
I don't.
That goes to show you how much attention he was paying to my hair. When we first met, I had long relaxed hair.
Oh, okay.
Remember when we were with my girlfriend over at the sorority house and all of that? I had long relaxed hair.
I just don't remember your hair.
Yeah. Well, I had long relaxed hair.
She had hair?
I had long relaxed hair, and I was in the process of what I call my awakening, where I was ready to go natural. And so what's funny is we had met each other and we went out on a date and I had long relaxed hair. And then by the time we got ready to hang out again, I had cut my hair.
I remember the date, don't remember the hair.
So I guess that gives you a little bit of an idea about how much attention he pays to hair.
We went to go see Joanna Man.
Oh, he remembers the movie? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. So tell me, like, what are your thoughts in general around women in their hair?
I never really paid any attention because, I mean, people usually rock the kind of hairstyle that works for them. You know, some people have short hair, some people have long hair, some people have no hair. I mean, I've seen women with all different types, and it's never really mattered to me because most of the time people choose either what they like or what they're able to maintain. But the thing is usually if you like it's you, like you make it you, and so your confidence in the fact that, hey, this looks good on me, like, to me that's what I notice more than the actual hairstyle.
Okay. All right, so it's the confidence of the person that's rocking the style.
Yeah, because you know, when you have buy-in, you know I know, ladies, talking amongst yourselves, that there's been times where you've had a hairstyle and you weren't really feeling it, and so I'm assuming you called your girlfriend like, what do you think? And just what do you think? You already know you don't like it, and so because you don't like it, like, you're not going to be able to rock it because you're not going to be able to walk around confidently because to you it doesn't look good. So you're not going to be able to pull it off, even if it does look good, because to you, it's not matching up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what do you think about? I've even seen some Sisterlocks videos in YouTube world where there are ladies whose husbands have really strong opinions about them going natural, or about them cutting their hair, or about them locking their hair. Where do you think that comes from? Or have you experienced that with, like, any of your friends, or maybe like your dad or anybody? Have you ever seen men who are really passionate around hair?
Yeah, I think my father probably had thoughts about your hair. I didn't. You know, we joke around a lot, but I just think about coming to America. Just keep it nice and neat. I mean, so whatever. I mean, if you're okay with it, it doesn't bother me, as you can tell by my exotic hairstyle. You know, I have a lot of weight behind hairstyles, but no, like, I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, as long as, because I'm not the one that's maintaining it. So I keep my hair like this. That's right. It's a choice. not really. But I do keep it like this. And so because it's easy for me and I like it. So
now I do remember I've rocked my hair a lot of different ways. Check out my Sisterlock installation video if you want to see kind of my natural hair journey. I've rocked everything. And I do remember that your dad had a hard time when I was rocking a fade. Like, cause I took it all the way down to like a fade, like really short, not even a half an inch of hair, very short hair. And that was hard for him to process.
yeah, but I would think with most older men, it is at his age, women didn't wear their hair like that back in the 50s and 60s. So, matter of fact, I guess it was the opposite of that. It was all about high hair.
Right.
So, I could see how that would be tough to get used to.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't bother me at all. It didn't fit me at all. But I just told him, I was like, well, I can take care of your grandchildren or I can take care of my hair. And then he just laughed at me. Well, what do you think about natural hair? So now you got people like Chris Rock and all these people who have put these documentaries out there, and it's like becoming more of a thing, natural hair and all of that. Do you have any thoughts about natural hair versus relaxed hair or any of that?
No, I've actually never seen that that documentary that he did. I heard it was funny. And then just hearing, some of the facts that he actually mentioned in it, that was a little disturbing that you would take that kind of stuff and, put it in your hair. But I gotta admit, as a male growing up and seeing women with relaxed hair, I mean, you don't think all you think about is the finished product. You don't think about what's in her hair. Like, you probably shouldn't keep your hand on it if you touch it. Maybe you should even have on gloves, or something like that. But I've just been like, if you want to do it, it's your hair. But I've seen, the adverse side of that, to where people that have had relaxed hair, that their hair starts to fall out. So, I've seen, I guess the prettiness of it, because it does look, it does look good. But I've also seen what the cost of that is.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think about, do you have any thoughts around locks in particular? Because, it's never really been a thing in our family. We have a lot of members, especially on my side of the family, that have locks, traditional locks, sister locks. It's just a lot of people with natural hair as well as locks on my side. But have you ever had any thoughts around locks? So I had worn my hair loose natural. Even when in our wedding, I had loose natural. Then I decided I was going to actually start locking my hair. Did you ever have any thoughts around that, or did you ever hear of any connotations around locks in general?
No, I did not as a male looking at it on a female, and I wouldn't even imagine that women would hit much flack by doing it. Maybe they do. I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't experience that. But as a male, back when I did have hair, because there was a time where I had an afro. So I guess I could have had something at that time, but I didn't. I would say for men, locks probably had a more of a negative connotation than anything.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like that still exists today?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it does. But I've seen, there was a guy, we went to his wedding, and I've never, I've been bald for a while now, so I'm part of the bald brotherhood. But this guy, he had locks, and that was probably the coolest hairstyle I've ever seen. I can't describe how the guy had his hair, but it was just really cool. And I told him, I was just like, man, if I had hair, I wanted to look like that. And he had locks. So that was probably the only other time where I've seen that and been like, yeah, I could do, I would want something like that. But so yeah, I think it's definitely still there for men. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can see that. I've always felt like that there is a difference between how women are treated, especially in the workplace and things like that, versus men.
All right.
Okay, well, I guess my final question is, what do you think would be your advice to a woman who is either very seriously dating somebody that she's really, really invested in a relationship with them, or she's married, something that's a really serious relationship. We're not talking about the play stuff. A serious relationship. And she desires to go natural or lock her hair, and her partner is really concerned about it, not comfortable with it. You know, I've seen on YouTube, girl, just do what you gotta do, you know, do you. What are your thoughts around that? Where do you feel like the boundaries are with things like that?
I would recommend not doing you. But you got to know your mate. I mean, and sometimes, you know, the man will just get over it if you're just really wanting to get it done. But I've always been kind of more hands off with you as I mean, I don't have to maintain it. So whatever she wants to get just makes her life easier, then, you know, go for it. But, you know, it'd probably help if you show them some, you know, because it's, I've seen it in the beginning. It can look a little sparse, a little rough. So you may want to show him some pictures of, you know, this is what the final product is going to look like. You know, this is, you know, some different styles that I'd be able to do with it. You know, just try to, you know, grease the skids. You know, give them something a little something to look forward to. But I mean, you got to know who you marry. And I mean, and there's a lot of guys that maybe they did kind of not necessarily marry her hairstyle, but they married her hairstyle, like the way she actually, you know, in what I mean by hairstyle, I mean like maybe natural versus perm hair. Mm-hmm. You know, and you got to remember that I think your vision of beauty as a male, this is something I've always thought, like it's based on the women in your family, like your mom and your aunts and your grandmother. Like, to me, that's what establishes your basis for what beauty is. And I know, at least growing up, I was born in '79, like all the women that I knew in my family always got their hair permed. So I mean, so that was just that's the standard hairstyle. And so depending on how dug in your mate may be in that, it'd be a tough pill to swallow. But I mean, but hopefully he would put your desires above his own. Is because bottom line is he's not the one that's having to maintain it, but he is the one that's going to have to be seen with you.
All right, let's do this giveaway. You thought I forgot, didn't you? I did not forget. So let's see who's going to get the Neutrogena shampoo, who's going to get the microfiber towel, and who's going to get the...
Please be me. Please be me.
the satin pillowcase.
My name's not in here. All right, there's your winner.
You can do. Who is it?
All right. And the winner is Raven Lock.
Woo! Raven Lock. You won. So if you will, Raven, drop down into the comments on this video and let me know an email address where I can contact you, and then I'll be able to go one-to-one so I can get your address and get your gift in the mail. Keeping it real with you, it'll be Friday before I get it in the mail because I got a lot going on this week. But I will be at the post office on Friday to get your gift in the mail. So Raven Lock, congratulations, you won.
You're a winner.
Well, I want to thank you so much for doing the video with me.
You're welcome.
All right, y'all. So you meeting my man here. I'll make sure I bring them back. And then one of the upcoming topics will be the children. We'll get to see what they think of natural hair and locks.
Good luck with that.
You probably heard them in the background. There's noise in this video if you didn't notice, and that's our 3 children. All right, so thank you. See you soon and have a good week.